motherfucker could barely hold that shit in.
It's fucking exhausting.
That 5 seconds really messes up my anxiety, Ron.
I see. You be
Like-
over there trembling and shit.
Yeah, can you not? Because it seems like your 5 seconds is not matching my 5
I
seconds.
don't think that was 5. That was more like 4.
Like
Man, they got the
sometimes
computer on here counting it. I'm taking the
Sometimes-
real deal, unless
your
I don't
5
know.
is like 5 Mississippis.
no.
No, that won't. Then if that's the case, that,
Mississippi throw niggas off. Been throwing niggas off for years. That shit ain't never been the correct time.
it is correct.
That shit ain't right. It's too many syllables.
Too many
It
syllables.
is
You
correct.
can't be saying one. You can say one Dallas or something. Mississippi, that shit way too far.
No, it's
One Mississippi.
not. Do it.
What if you did your whole day by Mississippi's?
All right, we better do it.
You'd have more. Your day would be longer than everybody else.
Yeah, if your day was timed by Mississippi's, your day would be long as fuck.
Everybody sleep. You still at work.
You like, can I get a Dallas or a Mississippi lunch?
I mean, I take Mississippi lunches, but the whole day, nah.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Right?
You gonna time us our Mississippi's?
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. I'm
Hold up.
excited.
Motherfucker put out a stopwatch.
I'm excited.
It is my Fitbit. Okay, it's perfect on the right time. Okay, so Cortez say Mississippi, because it depends on how you pronounce say it.
Mississippi.
Oh shit, that's forever.
Mississippi.
Oh fuck. Ron say it.
Mississippi.
Okay, we're going Ron.
Ron got a slick Mississippi. That nigga don't know nothing
You
about the
drug
country.
your shit out.
Ron don't know nothing about the country.
Now listen, remember you still have to say one and
What
then
the fuck does it
Mississippi.
have to do about the country?
Because the way you say it,
All right,
the
go ahead.
syllable.
This nigga
Yeah.
talking about the
One
country.
Mississippi.
Well, y'all could both say it. I point to who's right. Okay, so remember you do have to say one. Don't just say Mississippi. Do it.
Okay, hold on.
Doing it
So
fuck-
What are we doing?
We're trying to see if this is real.
For 1 second? Or
Saying Mississippi, if that is actually accurate.
oh, okay.
You said it's not. I say
We're
it
gonna
is.
time the Mississippi's.
So we're gonna be the Mythbusters on this shit.
Dun 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 dun.
Nah, I know we ain't never done no real shit like this before, but I'm telling you.
When we start testing shit on the show.
Let's do this.
we doing
Like,
light bulbs
Brutus.
next.
Light bulbs, 60 watts.
We want to know how long it really lasts.
Right.
Everybody's
What are
saying
you
that.
really paying for?
I know we're gonna throw this out, but them
This
motherfuckers,
motherfucker ain't 40 extra watts?
them motherfuckers be like 60 years. You be like 60 years? Who tested this shit for 60 years? These some new ass light bulbs. Like it just hit the market.
It was short 10 days. Get your money back.
Yeah,
Motherfuckers lied
LED
to
lights.
you. Okay, come
All
on.
right, you ready, Mike?
All right.
I mean,
We
what's
need to test
Ron?
those double click lights though.
which one?
Those double click bulbs.
Which one of those?
They
This
charge you more for a double click bulb. You turn the lamp one,
Oh,
you turn it two. Like, man, that shit, it ain't nothing within the switch. that ain't no,
Wait,
that ain't no
do
new
you-
bulb.
Do you mean the?
right.
Wait,
of the
I'm a-
lamp.
Since
I
we
wanna
gonna
know
come
about
talk
this
about
bulb.
these lamp.
The
Do-
dimmers.
Do you mean the?
No, on the lamp.
I
Do
know,
you mean
but
the
you know-
three-way? You mean the
I
three-way?
think it is a three-way.
Oh yeah.
No,
that's-
See,
that's-
my shit only a two-way now. My shit only click twice.
But they
But-
come in two ways.
Did you get a bulb and the light and the lamp?
It came with the lamp. And that motherfucker.
The bulb came with the lamp.
Hey, the motherfuckers came. I bought two of them. They came with the lamp.
The
I done
bulb
had the
came with
bitches
the
5
lamp.
years.
Hold on, you got the stock. Hold on, so you got the stock bulbs.
No, they ain't no stop. No, it's a double.
That's a
No, I'm not saying, but they came with the lamp. Like you never replaced the bulbs.
I ain't never replaced that bulb.
They're the stock joints. Like you came right there from
Right,
the company.
They came in it like some batteries or something. You saw, man, the lamps I had in my house.
Damn, them motherfuckers been there for 5 years.
Take a
without being
picture of the lamp.
changed?
I got questions.
I think I will, but I swear to God, it ain't burnt. I don't remember buying none unless Tasha did it while I was at work or something. I don't know.
Tasha
that's a
did
good-ass
it.
lamp.
Tasha
That's some
did
good
it.
and that's some good ass.
But I'm supposed to get 3 clicks. If I turn that motherfucker 3 times,
Okay, so listen, when
motherfucker
you,
go out.
when you click it, it gets lighter or it gets darker, right?
Same wattage.
the same wattage, bro.
The same wattage. You
Then-
don't go nowhere.
Then
So
Tasha
click
changed the lamp.
So the clicking is in the lamp. It's not nothing got to do with the light bulb.
But if you just had a regular bulb, would it click more than one?
Okay,
no,
so
it
listen,
wouldn't click any different.
Then why am I getting a 2 click
It
on
would-
3 click?
It would do click.
The clicks are not got to do with the wattage.
No, I mean, but the light goes off
Man,
and
let's
then
do
come
the
back on.
Let's do the Mississippi.
Listen,
This is-
no,
I'm gonna
wait,
bring my lamp
wait.
down here
Are
on
we-
the next show.
Are we talking about a three-way lamp? I just bought a bulb right now.
Yeah, it's the
lamp.
three-way. The ones that
So you
stand
mean
up
it's-
with the skinny pole and got like
And it's like
I
a-
thought you was talking about the old school lamp.
No, he's
The
talking
one-
about
Nah,
the 40.
I've been looking for one of them.
The
though.
side of the bed lamps.
No.
You
Just because your ass be in old hotels and them
That's
motherfuckers.
what I thought he was talking about.
I ain't no
No.
clicker on the side of the bed. I'm a chain man.
Okay.
Oh, that little.
I'm a chain man when it comes to that.
So you mean like the it's 40, then 60, then 100 watt?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, no, that works. I mean, but
Yeah.
you have to get the lamp.
I'm only getting 2 clicks.
I mean, you have-
so that's all I'm saying.
No,
Your
no,
lamp
no.
old. Motherfucker.
I told you I had it 5 years. I don't know the technology didn't
Yeah, you need
fucking
to go get the
improve.
right light bulbs. You
And
get the
yeah,
two
you
ways.
need to.
Okay.
Yeah, Tasha changed it. She just put anything in that motherfucker because
Yeah.
it was out of order.
But why is it clicking twice though? To go off and
It's-
come on
no,
the
it's
second
still
one.
want to. It's
Oh, let's
still
get to
want
the
to click.
test.
So the first click is gonna be be bright. That second click is gonna be a little dimmer, and that third click is gonna click the fuck off, right?
Right.
I thought it was supposed to go the other way.
Or maybe it goes the other way. But either way, it got two dimmers. Is
Then why would you call it a 3-way?
No, they got 2 ways. You got a 2-way lamp.
You already at off on the first one.
No, right?
So you'll count off in the 3?
No, it's off, 1, click, 2, click, back off, click.
Well, that's a 2-way.
That's what I'm saying. You got a 2-way.
But it said 3-way on the box.
You got a 3-way lamp, and that's what you get for getting your shit from Rent a Center. Let's go, motherfucker.
I
Like,
didn't
okay.
rent the lamp.
That is
That
true.
lamp was sitting there.
For those
Like,
of y'all out there, I didn't rent that lamp.
that broken ass lamp was sitting there. Like, Ron gonna come get me. This motherfucker came over there. Like,
I took him and his brother.
That nigga was like, spider lamp or this single lamp. He was like, Tasha ain't gonna like the spider
I
lamp.
would have never got a
I'm
spider
gonna
lamp. The motherfuckers
Okay.
are creepy.
okay, ready,
Mhm.
set, go.
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi,
Mississippi.
3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi,
Mississippi.
5
It
Mississippi.
It ain't right on point.
No, it was literally on point.
Was it? All right, well, that was
So
easy.
if that doesn't work, then
That
you're
was an
saying.
easy myth bust.
So if that doesn't work, you're
I should
saying.
have brought the
you're wrong.
lamp. Shit. You brought the goddamn lamp. If that was it, how we know? Like you was, I didn't even get my turn. But,
Listen,
all right.
Because you saw.
But everybody don't say Mississippi the same way though.
That's
Some
what I
people
was-
say there's other words that you can
The
say.
motherfuckers
too.
from Mississippi don't say it like we do.
That's what I was saying, right? You gotta do an old country Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi,
That's 2 minutes. That
I was about to say,
motherfuckers-
right?
what the fuck?
3 Mississippi,
That ain't gonna work.
4 Mississippi.
This motherfucker.
I'm about to say, let's get off of that
In that
time.
last
Hello, everyone.
5
Yeah, I'm about to say we ain't been on in 2 weeks, and I don't know what the fuck they been doing because I've been quarantining myself and staying the fuck away from 'em.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone. This is your boy Cortez. Glad to be back.
We know.
That was it.
Yeah, I know y'all was waiting on more. You're waiting on me to
Motherfucker,
shine.
you usually give them more. Now you ain't gonna give them shit.
A story or two.
That's my COVID-19. That's my small intro.
Wait a minute, so is it COVID or COVID?
Same.
Same thing.
Depending on where you from.
That's
Depending on where you from.
That shit do not depend on where you from. This shit is worldwide. What the fuck?
so. Any of y'all listen to this motherfucker on anything? You just as slow as his ass is.
Depending on if you're country or not. If you
Everybody
from-
should be listening to this shit by next week because the fucking country gonna be on lockdown.
Oh yeah.
So when I upload this shit tonight, they be like, I'll catch this shit.
So are we going
Later in
live
the
for
week.
our next show? Are we going live?
We should.
Man, shit.
Are we Skyping this show?
I was about to say shit. We gonna have to do this shit on FaceTime.
Right. We're going to have to figure out a way to get the bunch together through virtual learning.
Man, that'll be whack. We should just wait.
No.
We should just wait.
We
I
gotta
think we
do
can do it on
something.
YouTube.
We got to step into the future.
But how the hell we all gonna be in one place?
Skype
We
it.
don't got to be in one place. They got group chats now where you can group 3 people together.
Yes, they do.
We could get on Bing or something like that. They got this new thing called Bingo or Bigo or something like that.
Oh,
We need to get on that.
There we
They-
go.
All
Yeah,
right.
we coming at y'all live.
That's too tough for me though. I'm still trying to figure that out. It's like you in these chat groups.
I'm
but
about to say that shit easy on Messenger. Goddamn it, that ain't hard. Shit.
Nah, but this Bigo shit, you it's like a group chat, but it's video chat, and it's just like you pop up into this group.
Well, guys. Look
It's like
at
us looking like the Brady Bunch box with 6 of us just looking and staring at each other.
Right, being our picture and shit. Talking about what's that doing?
Right.
I was about to say my nieces did that shit to me a couple of weeks ago. I answered the fucking phone. It was like everybody. Like it was like 7 boxes on that motherfucker.
Yeah, you was like, who the fuck is this?
That was the first time I ever saw it though. I had a messenger video call, but it wasn't no 7 motherfuckers on it. I didn't even know they could do it.
Yeah, me neither.
And I'm like, wait a minute.
Right. What's this witchcraft?
Right.
I hung up the first time. I didn't know what the fuck was cracking.
It's sorcery.
Looking like this motherfucker clear. I can really see everybody. This motherfucker is legit.
But it's just a lot of like you can't really. You got to point at who you talking to. Like everybody was just talking this shit. I fucked with them for a couple minutes.
They be like, hey, red, do the red. Like, come on, man.
Wait a minute, is that what they call you?
Nah.
Who the fuck is yelling red?
You know, because they be looking at the box, they don't know the name or nothing. Red. The person got on red. You like, come on,
okay.
dude.
All right.
Look at this motherfucker.
Who the hell is that?
That's me.
Oh wow, you on Facebook Live?
I'm on live, baby.
All right, hey, we got to get to it. We gonna get to it. Do we have anything? You got any stories? What's been going on the last 2 weeks?
Man. You hear that?
That is an
I hear
Amber
it.
Alert.
That is probably the second Amber Alert today. Was that you?
That was the second.
Who's
no,
that,
it wasn't
you?
me. But that was the.
That's him?
I heard it when I was
I don't know.
driving back.
No, here go my phone right here.
Oh, so what's been exciting for me this week is that I have been losing my damn mind. I do not like being in the house. I have been quarantined in the house.
Wait a minute. First of all, why were you in the house though? Like that hadn't even said nothing. You was just chilling on, like
Ron, what is it to
being
do?
proactive.
What is there to do, Ron? What is there to do? All 3 of my jobs shut down. Ron. All 3 of them motherfuckers shut down. Ron.
Hey, they told this nigga they still there. They just told we're shutting down.
This nigga immune system look vulnerable. This nigga can't come in no more. Like, hey, bro, you got to chill.
Cortez the first one to go.
Yo,
We all know this.
You know it's real when they say you can access your email from home. Like, oh, for real?
Wait a minute. Y'all told me I can only do this on the work computer.
Yeah. Y'all told me I have to be clocked in to get on my email.
Wow.
Now I can be on that bitch and that we have opened it up for everybody. They even got this thing where like they even got this other app where like everybody's on it. It's like this instant messenger app or whatever.
Okay.
And all of the people from work is on it, like everybody from all across the region.
Yeah.
And they be in there just talking about nothing in that damn thing. Like nothing. Talking about happy birthday to people and shit. And I'm just like, we in a crisis and I understand it's their birthday and shit, but I thought we was using this for work. Like I'm not.
Man, I guess they was trying to brighten each other's day though.
I'm not one of those type of people. Like I don't like group messages. Like that's the worst thing that I like. Like us, all those three people in our group, that's fine. You know what I mean? But when it's like 20 of us in that bitch, like it's just out of control.
I will honestly say I do that. I will uncheck that shit and be like, I gotta go.
Yeah.
If you have something to
I
tell
don't know 20 people, so I never get. If I do, like it's an accident. Like why y'all
You
got
don't
me
get
in here?
people who will say like, if somebody that you know is like having a party, some shit like that. And then they'll send out to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And
The
then
mass
you got
text.
numbers that you don't know
Mm-hmm.
because you don't know these people. They do, you don't.
Mm-hmm.
And then different people answer at all different times, and you'll be asleep. Then you hear a motherfucker like, "Yeah, I'm coming." Motherfucker, it's 2 in the morning. Why wouldn't you let them know that you coming?
Motherfucker, I live in Alaska. I just woke up. Why the fuck is you mad at me, Bianca? What's your last name?
And see, that's the problem though.
They
Yeah, it
do
is.
be out of control.
Yeah,
My auntie, the worst one. Like my auntie, you can put in the group message. It's a mass message. Don't respond.
do not respond. Yeah,
Text me individually, and I will get back with you. Right?
I've seen it.
My auntie be like, "Y'all heard her. Don't text. It's a mass text message." People like, auntie.
And if somebody do text you, let me know because I fuck their ass up and I follow the instructions.
Like, auntie, come on, auntie. Like now everybody texting her in the group message, trying to get her to shut up, trying to get her to understand that she's doing exactly what she's telling everybody else not to do. Right? Now she mad and she like,
well, I was just letting y'all know.
I just letting y'all know. like we like. You don't need to let us know, Auntie. Like, and everybody, all 30 family members is seeing everybody arguing the messages. And then always that one, like, can somebody just take me out the group, please? Like,
how do I get out of here?
how do I get out?
Hey, I hate that motherfucker.
Crazy? They be like, how do I get the same way you did the last time, motherfucker?
Right,
like
right.
The settings didn't change.
Right. You know,
Get the fuck out of here.
You know, we started a new ass group.
Oh my God, I hate motherfuckers like, you know what? Well, look, this ain't no subliminal because I just remember that you did. Well, somebody did it. I hate when people just be changing the name. Like, you got these people. At first, it's just a group chat. That motherfucker's giving the fucking group chat titles and shit. Like, man, who the fuck is these people? Then you gotta fucking look through it. I'm like, wait a minute. What the fuck is this?
Yeah. I agree. But I made us a
You
group.
one of them title changes.
Oh, you changed it. He changed the title of our
I
show.
didn't even know till one day. Like,
I
I'm
thought
like,
that was you.
hell no. I'm like, who the fuck did this?
You
shit?
would think he would, right?
I did think it was you. I was like, Ron.
It wasn't me.
I was like, Ron set something else up. Okay.
Yeah, Ryan Whack, bro. I had to set it up.
It
Because,
was you.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know why though? Like,
Goddamn title change.
I was scrolling through my inbox sometimes. I was trying to find our conversation.
Why you don't pin it at the top?
I didn't know you good.
I didn't know you could pin.
Yeah, you
I didn't know you could pin either.
On
You
my phone,
pinning
it
shit in the inbox?
Yeah.
Your shit rolling like that?
I ain't never pinned
that's
nothing.
that's because
Your shit got to be rolling for you to have a pin
no,
inbox.
that's because I deal with Microsoft so much, especially at work, which is why I won't go to iPhone. I mean, I deal with Microsoft so much.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so used to pinning things, important things that I need, so it can be right up
You
there.
just pinning shit all
Yeah.
day at work. You just pinning shit.
The important stuff, so I can get to hit that first, and then I can go down to the other stuff and just do it, in my free time. But I pin because that stuff is important. So even on my text messages, I'll be like, my family group, I'll be like,
You talking about emails or inboxes?
both.
Oh.
I pin anything, clothes, emails,
Man, this person is crazy.
notebooks, just anything I can pin, I pin it
Oh, you talking about you pinned it to your
to
phone?
the top. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that way you can see, because you say you scroll through and you look for so much that you're like, I don't know where to find it.
So how much stuff can you pin? Just one?
You pin whatever you like.
So wouldn't that get a little bit...
Not at all.
I'm about to say, that seemed like it get a little messy. You got all this shit pinned?
Not at all. Your settings are, what order do you want them? Do you want them pinned as what I put? Like, I put this. Do you want it pinned as if it says, like, Cortez, Bianca? Bianca would clearly be first because I'm B.
Mm-hmm.
Or do you want your settings? People, you know what's important? I love getting a new phone or some type of new thing because I love looking at my settings. I love looking and see, like, what do you do? I don't want to just get on here and say, I got the new this.
Yeah.
What can you do for me? Why is it so important to have you other than just a name?
I just go on YouTube, watch a feature video. But that's just me.
But see, the feature video, I like that too, but I'm like, that's your happiness. That's not mine. My happiness comes from me. Boop. Oh, look at this. I found it.
So you enjoy the mystery.
Yeah.
You want to...
Dan can't tell me where this shit is. I'll be like,
Okay.
fuck Dan. Like, I could have done this shit myself. I know how to read.
I'm not really an explorer. I just like to go on there, figure out, man, tell me what this shit do.
We know,
Man.
obviously you're not since Cortez named the group.
I mean, you
Yeah,
didn't have
we've
to
been-
explore.
Listen, we've been on this group chat for like, I don't know, a long time. And then all of a sudden we see the name on it, our name of the podcast. And I'm like, look at Ron. This whole time I was giving him like the praise.
Yeah.
That nigga don't even deserve it.
You don't even deserve
Hey,
it.
well, look, I'm going to even tell you, since I started, I fucked up my single life as far as on social media. I announced my engagement. I don't get no inboxes. My shit always right there. I didn't feel the need to have to sift through nothing. You know what I mean?
Shout out to you, ladies. Shout out to you for being respectful.
Not all of them, but I'm saying that it just ain't a lot.
I still get a few of them.
Every once in a while.
I get a few of them time to time. I ain't saying I ain't going to get no hoes. I'm just saying I ain't getting the abundance of the hoes I was.
Well, to the three of you still messaging him, it's a problem. That's a problem.
I had a motherfucker the other day I meant to tell Tasha. She gonna hear it now. Motherfucker inboxed me. Like, this is the most random. I saw people sharing it on Facebook. This dude made like an End of the World song and shit. I didn't even click on it. Like, I still hadn't clicked on it, but she gonna send it to me. Like, listen to this shit, dude fucked it up. I ain't talked to this bitch in like 6 years. Like, wait a minute.
Oh, shit.
I'm like, dude, why the fuck would you inbox me a track?
'Cause
Like,
it's
that don't
the-
even make sense.
Because it's the end of the world, and you got to make sure that you have your
Your affairs together.
you got to be literally.
That-
Are they in order? Are your affairs in order?
We were talking about affairs before you came. You got to get them affairs in order.
You
Yeah,
do. You got to
affairs
make
in
sure
order, man.
if something happens, if this is truly the end,
Mm-hmm.
who do I have?
You really can't get no affairs in order right now, though,
Who do
because you get, the funeral homes closed. Like you said, you really can't do nothing right now.
No, you
Couldn't
can.
handle that part, right?
Dude, they said that essentials wasn't even, you can't even go to a funeral. They said, and they gonna mention it, they gonna separate it. Funerals, wakes. Like, wait a minute, I
No,
can't go to neither one of these. I was just going to the wake. I
No,
wasn't going,
you can
I wasn't
go.
going to the funeral.
You can go. It just can't be a certain amount of
put
people.
both down.
Who the hell go downsize the funeral? Like,
But
you know
no,
what? We gonna
but-
take a top 10.
But if you do,
No, you can't come. We already got the order. I told y'all to call me at 6 o'clock. Everybody.
no, but if you do, you got to sign a waiver because they're shutting. Like I don't know if y'all seen it. There were a couple of buildings that like the sheriff was there,
Mm-hmm.
and they were shutting people down. Like they did a gym. They did a couple of gyms. They did.
I heard they did all the gyms like that.
Well, some of them didn't have to because they actually closed, but it was the ones that were still opening and not taking
Mm-hmm.
the shit serious because basically what they told them is if they catch people in there the first time, they automatically get like a $500 fine. This is any business. You automatically get $500 fine if you are not listening to what they're telling you
Yeah.
about closing this shit. The second time, they could go and close your shit down completely because
I saw a video on Facebook.
Yeah.
They was boarding that nigga shit up because he wouldn't stop selling
right,
shit.
because they're saying like this is legal, like this is it. So, yeah, you can, but for that you can, but you have to like sign a waiver. Like even I think as far as flights go, I don't know how. Like some states may be more serious, but I know as far as some flights go, if you do say like this is what this is for, then they they'll excuse it. But what happens is you still have to sign something saying, hey, if something happens to me, like I signed this, so I can't come
Ain't
back.
nobody signing that bullshit. I just ain't gonna go nowhere. Like flights, like fuck that. Just cancel the flight. A funeral, maybe.
Well,
like
see,
they're my people.
But no, it has to be something like that. Like you can't just say, well, shit, I already had a vacation booked. Great, drive to that motherfucker. Like we're not letting you fly. That's it.
No, that's what
But
I mean. I'm just
but
not flying.
but you said you wouldn't go, but they're not going to let you. It has to be something like that. You know what I mean? Like it has to be you're somewhere and your kid is sick and you have proof to say like my kid is sick. I need to get there.
Yeah.
Like it has to be something detrimental for them to be like you could sign it. But other than that, no, they're not going to let you sign anything to just say this is what I want to do. I plan to do it and this is what I want to do. You'd be like, sure. Whatever. No. What the fuck? So no, they're not letting people. They're closing shit down. They're not letting people do anything.
The crazy thing is people fucking still flying though.
I do think they
Dude,
are
I saw 2 days ago my cousin was flying to fucking
said my
Atlanta.
cousin
This
was
nigga
flying.
tagged him for real shit. He stayed in Detroit, so I don't know where the fuck he was, but he was flying to Atlanta. He's at the airport.
But that's what I'm saying. Some states may be on the way to doing it. Like other states were already had different things in place. Like, hey, these people need to work from home if they can, or they need to do this. I had a conversation with a chick. She was in Florida, and she was like, they just like yesterday shut down the beach. No, it was Friday. They had just shut down the beach. But in California, it had already been shut down. In certain places, it had already been shut down. So I guess it's kind of like what happened in China. China got there first, and we were looking at it like, damn, that's fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, look at all this crazy shit. They shutting shit down.
Yeah.
And then it went to Italy, and we like, oh, damn, that's really fucked up. But everything happened at a certain time. It's like they didn't just say, like, the whole continent of Asia shutting down, or, you know, it was like a domino effect. Like, it started here first, and then it started here, and then it started here. It's the same way it's happening here.
Yeah.
The West Side was the first. Well, I don't know. I don't know if it was California
I'm about to
or
say the West Side.
yeah, because they basically said they're going off population. So California and New York has the highest population, and that's when they were starting to see the highest rates in numbers. Because even though they're saying, and I said the shit too, like I had to get checked, and I'm cool with getting checked because let me know if I'm fucking up. What was told to me was people are comparing the flu. Like, this many people died of the flu and this many people died of the coronavirus. But
Them false ass numbers too. I researched it.
But they're saying
Niggas ain't died too much. Y'all bringing up last year's shit.
I was about to say they're not looking at the extent of the matter of time that it happened. They're not looking at like, well, this shit happened in 2 years versus this shit happening in a few fucking weeks.
Yeah.
Like, you can't compare the fact of that happening. And then When the virus of the flu first came and there was no vaccine and motherfuckers was dying.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, that shit was serious too. Motherfuckers was dying. Just like anything else, just like AIDS or anything else. And we could go and say AIDS is government made. I don't disagree. But that doesn't motherfucking mean people ain't dying. Like, the argument is crazy to me. Like, do I think that it's crazy that all this happened? Yes. Do I feel like there's something fishy about it? Yes. Does that stop the fact that motherfuckers are dying? No. My argument does not stop the fact that...
Hey, hold on. Look, I'm not an expert on this shit, but I will say this. Like, I got a lot of people on my page, and the crazy part is, about a week ago, somebody, I don't know if they was in Italy or not, but they was like, don't believe that shit. You know what I mean? Like, because people see videos and shit, but you never know where they come from. I seen videos of rows and rows of caskets and all this shit. I'm like, damn, it's fucked up over there. Motherfuckers... So-called from Italy, I don't know. I don't have no proof. He was like, man, that shit ain't that bad over here. It's like, so you don't know what to believe with the internet. Because if people say, I'm here and this ain't what's cracking, that make you think that people is just trying to create a scenario and scare the fuck out you with.
But you know what? That's just like some things like you said, too. As far as when people share shit, like, where are you getting your sources from?
Yeah.
Like, where are you getting this information from? Like, are you getting this? And not to say that the CDC is not lying to you. It's a door. Oh. Not to say that the CDC isn't lying to you either. Like, you know what I mean? But it's still at the end of the day, like, where the fuck are you getting your sources from? Like, where are you getting your... Because Italy was the first people to say, like, shit, don't get on the plane. Don't get on the plane only because, like... The issue is that the virus is lasting longer in certain spaces. So, like, if I have a cold and I cough, you know what I mean, and it gets on the table or it gets anywhere, like the life of that bacteria is like a couple of seconds or a minute, whatever. But the life of this bacteria is longer than that. The life of this bacteria is like days. It could be fucking weeks. On metal, it's weeks. On plastic, it's like close to a week. It's not what they're saying.
And see, that's the only thing that gets me too. I've seen so many different time frames. That shit that went from minutes to hours to days to weeks.
But then you have to
tomorrow it'll be months.
But then you have to...
And all of these, I ain't gonna lie, most of them were reputable sources. It wasn't like, I ain't talking about Lenny Bruce told me. You know what I mean? These motherfuckers was real fucking websites.
Okay, but listen to this too. And that is the point also. So I can get the chicken pox, right? Like literally when I got the chicken pox, I was young, but my shit lasted like a week. There have been people who their shit lasted like 2 weeks. There have been others who theirs lasted 3 weeks. So it still depends. It's not like everybody who got it is going to get the same.
I mean, but that's a little different than saying...
no, but what I'm saying is...
saying a germ on metal.
But what I'm saying is...
Because there ain't in nobody yet.
Well, but there are mild cases and then there are severe cases. Like some people are, and they don't know which is which. Like some people are catching mild cases and it's like, yeah, you have the cold. You got a little cold. You kind of sick, whatever. But the issue is that some of them are severe cases and they don't know which one. So take use. Like you can say, well, I'm healthy. I feel good. You know what I mean? I caught it, but I just did like the regular stuff.
I ain't really healthy though.
I mean, I was trying to give you
I ain't virus fucked up.
I was trying to see. This is what happened when you try to.
Fucked up.
This is what happened when you try to compliment a man. You get the benefit of the doubt.
I didn't know you was using me. I just thought you meant somebody in general.
I was trying to make you feel
good. I would thank you. Never mind.
I mean, we could die soon, so I was trying to make you feel good. At least one time out of our lives, I'm trying to make you feel good about yourself.
We over here with Black and Mouth, twisted hard teeth.
And I didn't even...
And a little shot.
And I didn't even pay attention to all that. I was not judging you.
I love some twisted tea.
I was like, in them motherfucking cans. Listen, so...
This nigga Ron is wild. He done took the shot before he drank the beer.
Man, that's how you supposed to do it.
Damn.
This ain't no damn beer. That's tea.
That's tea? That's real tea?
Yeah, with alcohol in it.
It's 5%.
5%. All right, go ahead. We ain't meant to ruin your...
5% original. They want you to know that shit. That shit's big as hell. Okay, anyway.
I'm like a big can.
Obviously. That motherfucker gonna get bigger over there.
Wow, 32
Hey, this virus keep progressing as the way it is, goddamn it. Have a barrel.
Ryan gonna have to pick his can up like...
Hey, hold on.
Put that big motherfucker down. No, okay, so no. So
this can gonna come with a straw.
Brian gonna be like, cause I can't pick it up.
A pop over
hey,
the straw.
Hey, it's gonna be as big as that face over there.
Oh,
but you gonna drink all of that, nigga? Okay, no. So
times is hard.
Right, I don't know when they gonna take mine. Drink up, nigga.
You got a
drink
backup
up.
one in the car.
Roll them cases in here.
Right,
Roll them.
just in case get
Run it up.
greasy.
Go get that dolly out of there. Get my 6-pack. No, okay. So listen, real talk.
The dolly out there, get my
The motherfucking heavy. Okay, so seriously, y'all. There is a difference. It's kind of like when anything else comes out. Like they have to, like you literally have to research it. Like people are literally guinea pigs because they're telling you like there's nothing we can do for you.
Yeah.
Like we can do the regular shit that we know how to do,
Right.
but other than saving you, there is nothing that I can do for you. Like you're
Exactly.
coming in here. Anytime you go to the doctor, you go to the hospital, you go in thinking like, oh, they're going to tell me what's wrong with me, tell me what I need to do. These motherfuckers are not telling you what you need to do. What they're telling you is we could try to make you comfortable and try to figure some shit out. But then at the end of the day, we're going to have to take you home.
Right now, they telling you don't even come unless your shit is extreme.
You're going to have to go
If you don't have 109 temperature, they not fucking with you.
Yeah,
because they can't do anything. Like what can
Right.
they can't do anything. Like you're filling up a bed and they cannot do anything for you.
Yeah.
Just like
So-
the flu, but just like the flu, they can't do nothing for you for the flu either.
Wait a minute, they can't. Like I didn't know that. I ain't never had the flu.
To make you just to make this try to help you reduce the symptoms.
They do basically tell you, unless it's like going into like pneumonia stage, then they normally tell you, we'll give you this. This is what you need to take
Yeah.
and take your ass home. You know what I mean? But for this too, they're like trying to make you comfortable. But basically what you are is, and I hate to say it, it's like a guinea pig. Like it's kind of like
Right.
I'm trying to figure out what is going on with you. But again, I can't save you. So at the end of the day, you're going to have to go home.
Yeah.
Right.
Like this guy was like, I can't even fucking walk. Like, and then
Nigga, how I'ma go home?
he was like, and then you telling me, like, he's like, how am I going to get home?
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, well, we probably have to call you a taxi. But they're also telling him, you cannot be around anybody. I mean, his kids, nobody. They were literally in the glass door looking at him. And he's like, you can't come in here. You can't come in here. Because he didn't know. And he was like 55. He was like, he was healthy, all kind of shit. So the point is that even if I'm healthy, right? Even if I feel good and I'm like, I've been to the store, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
That does not mean that I didn't touch anything. That doesn't mean, because as humans, we don't think about it, but you touch your face. You touch your face. We just don't think about the shit, but we do, which is why they're like, you wearing masks, but you adjust your mask, especially kids, and you're touching your face. So it defeats the purpose. It's not like it's airborne. It's not like you're breathing it in. Like chickenpox is airborne, but it's like this is.
Hey, but hold on. See, that's what I'm saying. Like everybody got different information. Like they said the shit is airborne.
So last I heard, seriously, and I'm only going off last I heard. Last I heard, the shit was not airborne. What it is it's mucous membranes. So if somebody got it, right, and they cough right here, just a regular cough, because we have to remember, we are in like seasonal allergies. We are in cold and flu season.
Yeah.
So everybody who's coughing doesn't necessarily mean that they're fucking like they got it. We are literally in that season for allergies to start fucking up. Like,
That's what makes it more scary.
which makes it more scary. So let's say somebody who has it sits right here before me and they cough, and they get up, right? And say I come in and I'm sitting down and I'm like, you know what? And I just, I'm all over the motherfucking place with the shit.
Yeah.
But I feel cool. Like even 7 days later, I feel cool. But I go visit my mother. My mother who has had breast cancer and chemo and everything else, and it has affected her lungs. So your lungs are automatically not helping you. Your body is set up to defend anything that is going on with you. But once you put other chemicals in your body, it is going to lessen. So even though she's in remission, her lungs are still bad. They're still bad.
Yeah.
So I could be completely fine, no symptoms at all. And then I go over to her house and I get my kid and I'm talking to her. And it's my mom. It's not like I'm going to be standing hella far away from her. It's my mom. You kiss your mom, whatever. And then all of a sudden, she's sick. Now, I'm good. Nothing's wrong with me. But for her, she's getting sick. Like something is happening to her. Because it is automatically set to go down to your lungs. It is not, basically what it's doing is it is drowning you from the inside. It is drowning everything. It is shutting down your organs. So that's what I'm saying. I don't give a fuck if a motherfucker said, well, out of 10,000, only 6 people dying. 6 people count. If they was your 6 people, them 6 people would count.
If you was one of them people.
If you was one of them people. So for me, it's just like what they're trying to say is, even if it's not
I was about to say, you can't use that argument because a few weeks ago, that's what I was talking about with the cars. But,
No,
okay.
I'm serious. So basically what they're trying to say is, even if you don't believe in the shit, even if you like whatever, think about somebody else. Think about the other person. Think about the people who you are around and you don't even fucking know that they sick, or they don't tell you that they sick, or they don't tell you that they had past issues.
Mm-hmm.
Because you could be a fucking walking germ. You could be a walking, like, just be around anybody and get them sick. So that's why they're trying to eliminate everybody being out.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I tell you don't go out, you could be affecting people.
Yeah.
And you be like, well, shit, I'm cool. Ain't nothing wrong with me. But you're not thinking about the people that's not. They got just as right as much to go outside as you.
Man, that's exactly. I posted a video about that shit. People are going to wipe us out because motherfuckers don't want to stay in the house. As soon as they put that order up and they said that in 2 or 3 days we ain't going to be able to come in. I mean, ain't going to be able to go outside. The only thing motherfuckers was talking about was, look, I got shit to do. Well, I got to go here. I got to go there. Like, motherfucker, all they said was chill. Like, you gonna spread the shit out of this shit and just kill everybody. Like, come on, man. You're not coming over my house. I tell you that shit.
And the crazy thing is, and I know you like, I'm bored. I don't want to be in the house, right?
This nigga was bored.
But you know what? Seriously, I work so motherfucking much. I sat at home because Sunday I found out my auntie passed. Monday I did not go to work. Tuesday I went to work and I walked in there and I'm like, fuck, it looked like we being evicted. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They like, get your shit, like literally rolling up your stuff, like we got to be out of the building. Get your stuff, get your computer, whatever. I'm like, how we hooking this shit up? Like literally, we got phones. They like, here's the packet. Hook your shit up. Now you know me being a G, I hook my stuff up, but I'm just saying, other people was like, seriously? Like, I don't even got Wi-Fi. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't got internet. Mm-hmm. They were sending people home like, you gotta go. Like, you gotta go. And when my job started doing that shit, we've been asking to work from home for years. Mm-hmm. Now, all of a sudden, on Tuesday, you tell us, like, go ahead and go. Like, I was literally the first one I walked through the door, like, we getting your computer so you can go ahead and go. Because they knew the situation. But they like, we get your computer so you can go ahead and get out of here. Mm-hmm. I was literally in my job for like 20 minutes. And they had me going. And they were getting the next person. And they were getting the next person. And people upstairs were like just coming down with their shit, like going home to hook their stuff up. Yeah. Like it is. And I say that as far as it being serious because I work in healthcare. Mm-hmm. So I see a lot of people in healthcare, they like, you going home. I know plenty of people who work in different places. They're like, you going home. You got to go home. You got to go home. Because one, we still need to help these people at the end of the day. Yeah. You can't just say, we're not going to set up your visit, or nobody's going to come out to you, or nobody's going to do this, and I can't do your paperwork, and I can't, you know what I mean? Like, these people are still sick with other things. Mm-hmm. So they need a nurse. They need people to come out to them and help them. Mm-hmm. Like, it's literally kids and babies that are sick that we have to send nurses out to so they can get shots or they can get seen. So it's like, you can't just automatically stop what the fuck you doing. Mm-hmm. You still have to keep going, but what can you do? So I say that to say, whether you believe it or not, that is your choice. I don't argue with nobody who say this shit fake or argue with people who say, no, this shit real. That's not my argument. My argument is just think about somebody else. Let's say the shit is real. Because motherfuckers, when AIDS was out, motherfuckers didn't think AIDS was real. Which is why a lot of people caught it because they were still fucking around. They were still doing whatever. And there were places that was like, no, wear protection if you do this, do this. People was not listening. And to hell of people started dying. Yeah. Anything, chicken pox, they was like, shit, that shit, whatever. They just talking. Until motherfuckers started getting sick and dying, they started dying too because at that time there was no vaccine. So this shit to me is no fucking difference from, it's just that we're experiencing it. But this shit to me is no different from like when other shit came out before they had a vaccine for it. People are going to die. People are going to die because they don't know what the fuck to do.
Man, nobody knows what the fuck to do. And I got to say this because it seems like the government, the higher you go up, from your mayor up to the president, everybody's confused. Mm-hmm. Because one thing is, and this is the comical part, because, yeah, I look at, even in times like this, shit is funny. You're announcing that social distancing should be the thing, no more than 10 or more people. You got 50 motherfuckers in the room, but you on TV telling us this shit. Like, wait a minute, motherfucker. Are y'all taking this serious? Yeah. You got 30 reporters in there and 10 niggas standing behind you. Like, something is up with that.
I know they wanted to put a stop to it. They wanted to have, I know there was a group that wanted to have, like, no more than 10. Like, we can't have more than 10 people in there. Yeah. And then they were like, but we need to make sure that everybody, because, you know, different reporters broadcast out of different places. Yeah. So they're like, but we still have to try to make sure that everybody gets this information. Mm-hmm. So what they were doing was checking people before they came in before they came in the room, like checking them first. Like I went to KU to get some of my auntie's information, and before we went in, they were like, "Oh!" Like literally, there was a line. They were stopping different people, checking different people, and if your temperature was, they wouldn't tell you what it was, but if your temperature was even not even fever level, but close, they were pulling you to the side for another test.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were literally like, "You cannot come in here," and people were getting mad. They like, "Shit, technically, we don't really give a fuck." And it was police officers ready to take your motherfucking ass to jail as you stepped out of line. Like it was, they were like, "No, you can't come in." On Wednesday, I got off work. I worked over it, and I was taking my little cousin to go get something, go buy some stuff for the house.
Mm-hmm.
And when we left, mind you, it's like 8:30. When we left, I went up to the Walmart at the Legends, and they were closed. And I'm like, it's 8:30. They possibly cannot be closed. So then I drove to the one out on Metcalf. When I tell you everything was closed, it was so fucking creepy. Everything was closed. The only thing that was open was Quick Trip. Mm-hmm. Quick Trip was the only. Well, I mean, it was little like gas stations and little like and some fast food restaurants. Not all of them, but some were still open. But it was creepy. It was literally, you could get out of your motherfucking car and walk in the middle of this fucking street and wouldn't get hit. Like nobody was out. And Quick Trip even had, how they have everything out. It's Cortez Place. They have everything out. They got hot dogs. They got quesadillas, all kind of shit out. They had absolutely nothing. The only thing they had was like chip shit that's already bagged up for you to just take it. Mm-hmm. And I was like, this is crazy. Like there's nobody else out. And the lady was like, yeah. She said, and now what we're doing is we're going to just do curbside. Mm-hmm. So like you can't come in. So we'll come out. We'll have somebody come out and you tell them what you want. And they'll go in and get it, but you stay in your car. Mm-hmm. The bank told us too, like if you have to come inside, you got to set an appointment because when you come in, you need to be checked before you come in the building.
Wow, I didn't know about that.
Yeah, everything.
Man, let's take this back to the beginning. Because we kind of eased on into the end of this shit to where we are right now. Let's go back a few weeks.
Ain't that how things happen?
Let's go back a few weeks. Yeah, That's how you get in trouble. All right. Let's go back a few weeks to when everybody was just living a normal life and you start hearing about this coronavirus and how fast it's spreading. And it seemed like we had about maybe a week where people was like, I don't know how to take this. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's serious or not. But the crazy part that pushed you over the edge was the first time you heard a celebrity get it. Now, when they shut down some sports, you started thinking, all right, this is real. These is multi-billion-dollar corporations. All right, maybe we need to do something. Maybe we need to stay in the house or go buy a mask. But when them celebrities got it, because no matter what anybody says, we look at celebrities still. Like, you might not worship them, but you be like,
they can't have any.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
This nigga got $1 million. He got $66,000 billion. Yeah, like, so what the fuck going on?
Right.
That kind of got you scared. How did you feel the first time you heard a celebrity got it? After the NBA got shut down, after the sports, because it kind of went from the college, the March Madness thing got canceled. Well, no, they went with the no audiences stuff at first. And you was like, all right, cool little precaution. Nothing too serious. Just make sure you don't spread nothing. But when they started canceling shit, like whole seasons and shit, I started to really start reading about it then. But how did you feel about it when that happened?
Man, when it started happening over in China, like it felt like it was so far away from us that I didn't feel like it would have reached us. But then, like when it started to pick up, and when they did cancel the basketball games, that's when I was on high alert. I was like, they canceled the NBA, this is in the NCAA. I was like, nah, these are $1 billion industries. Like they're not canceling these for no reason.
Yeah.
Like one game, the ref came on the game right before it was tipped off. Like, hey, yo, clear this motherfucker out.
Are you
this
serious?
Shit is a rat.
Are you serious?
One of the players that's in the locker room got the virus.
Wow.
Clear this motherfucker out immediately. And one of the players had it. Then they got one other player sick. I think it was like 4 players in the locker room that got sick. And then around the NBA, Kevin Durant then got sick.
Yeah.
I want to say Kyrie Irving. There's a lot of people that then got sick over it, and can be like that'd be the easiest way to spread the virus. You know what I really think? I think this is part of something like guerrilla warfare type shit, or
Damn.
Like, I that's my theory. I feel like it backfired on us. I feel like Trump thought he was gonna be able to beat China with the shit, and then he was like, "Damn, I forgot motherfuckers had to travel back over here from China."
Yeah,
and I think that's what fucked him up. He was like, "This shit is hella lethal. Like this shit is too lethal. You know what I mean?
Shit a little too potent."
Yeah, it's too goddamn potent. Like people come back and be like, "Fuck. All right, let me try to figure this shit out. Like, all right, let's go ahead and get everybody under control and pull this shit." That's why I think that's what it was. It was just too out of the blue. Can I have some? You mind if I have some?
Niggas want to have my hand sanitizer. You know what I mean? Niggas want to talk shit.
They over here applying hand sanitizer as we speak.
You know what? I'm telling you, I have been on. It's automatic for me now. Listen,
No, I'm smoking.
Let me tell you, it's so automatic for me. I do it so much. Copy like. I'm like, oh shit, you poor, but get ready. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you gotta stay ready. You gotta like literally. He does.
If
like,
you ready, you ain't gotta get ready.
You know what I'm saying?
What I mean?
That boy be like, I already did it, mama. You right. But no, it is so automatic to me. And I like mine is because I'm telling you, because I'm always around my mother. I'm always, I have other people in my family who have respiratory issues. So I'm always around. Like when I leave here, I'm going to go take a shower and then I'm going to go over there.
That's a little graphic. All right, but what I gotta say, no, I'm just joking.
And any of you fellas, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Just go ahead, shoot your shot. Go ahead. NBA go. You might as well go ahead and get it somewhere.
Somebody got to shoot some jumpers out here.
Somebody got to hit some threes, but no. Why not you? Why not you? But no, seriously, like for me, it's just like I see, I guess sometimes too as humans, and let's just be honest, we don't really take certain things seriously until like hits you, until it affects something within your life. So if a person says, well, I got sick, I got the flu, and you like, oh, I'm sorry about that. But then if like you get it or one of your like you know what I'm saying, because that's what we say. We like, oh,
sorry about that, brother.
But we
can I get some of them chips?
Like you gonna be okay. So what you gonna do with this? You know what I'm saying? But no, when it affects you,
when your PlayStation. All right, go ahead.
When it affects you, like let's say your parent got you then you be like, yeah, because Mom Dukes had it, or my dad had it, and it was like crazy because it affects you because you know about it. And I think sometimes that's what fucks us up. What fucks us up is that we. Like, I get the conspiracy theory part. I get that because it's like the government just does so much fucked up shit. But let's think about the other side, because you're a dummy if you don't think about both sides. You should always think both sides. Let me eliminate. A real conspiracy theorist would be like, let me look at both sides and eliminate what I need to eliminate. Other following motherfuckers be like, oh, this shit ain't real, because no, you literally have to do that in order for you to know which one would be right. Because let's say that it's not a theory. Let's say, no, this shit is really happening. Let's say people test so many animals. Let's just be honest. We test so many animals for different shit. We shoot animals up with different shit. We do all kind of shit. Labs, that's what they're for. Who's not to say that in any situation that something was released, that a building was compromised, something happened, and something got released. It does not take long for spread of shit.
I was just about to say, though, check this out. One of the theories that I heard, and this wasn't really a theory, this was supposedly a fact. I didn't dig real deep into it, but they said supposedly they tested it on bats. Now, the thing with me is, let's just say, now this is a stretch. Let's just say I'm a scientist. All right. I probably wouldn't test something as lethal as the COVID-19 virus on something that could fly away.
Right. Probably, but
maybe a goat or something. I could track it down. I can run after it if it fucking escapes. But a bat? That was one of the things I heard. I'm not for sure, but then they said, well, yeah, just like I just said, they said that one of the bats got out or something like that. Now I don't know. Like I'm not like you rarely see bats on Animal Planet. I don't know if they attack a motherfucker. Like how do they get to a human from a bat to a human? I don't get that part. So I'm not saying that that's real. I'm not trying to put any misinformation out there, but that's what I heard.
Well, look at it like this too, and I see, and I didn't even know that. Like, swear, I didn't even know that. But let's say this, right? Let's say because all of these are theories.
Mhm.
So let's say they did test it on a bat. And the reason why they tested on a bat because the makeup of a bat is different, and it is what they needed for whatever research. When scientists do research, and I'm not a scientist too, but one thing I do know is they're going to pick what they need.
I don't look
for.
like a damn scientist.
You know what I'm
with
saying?
them
With these glasses, I walk in, I get so much respect. let me tell y'all.
I respect you with the motherfucker. I can't even lie.
Let me tell y'all the difference from not wearing them. I used to go in the store without glasses. People look at me like, "Look at you sitting up here trying to buy shit." You know what I mean?
Right.
I got some glasses, put them hoes on. I'm like, first of all, I can see better.
Right.
My vision's clear. You know, the world is clear. You know what I'm saying? And I got to because Cortez been knowing I've been out of the loop. I'm like, are you telling me I can see again?
Now all of a sudden, motherfuckers purchasing your shit.
Right.
Listen, so automatically,
You at the car lot. You want this? All right.
Right.
automatically, I go into Walmart. Walmart, because you know it's Walmart. I go in Walmart. People like, oh, I'm sorry, excuse me. You wasn't even in my way, Linda. but thank you. Okay.
You ain't in my way, but get the fuck out of my
You know, like, whatever. She just, she must be too busy paying attention.
Yeah.
Then I get people like, you can't reach that. Oh, you gonna get, okay.
Nigga, I didn't even want that. What the fuck are you doing?
This is interesting. Then I get to the checkout. They tell me, don't worry. She paid for all your stuff that's here.
Oh, wow.
Are you for the glass? It's the glasses?
It got to be the shoes.
The glasses got people like, hi.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You look rather smart with the
Listen,
motherfuckers.
I almost had a KKK member because I saw the little spots go to nigga shit. I almost threw up the disc, but he was like, oh, I forgot. But it was the glasses. You would have
It's the glass.
You would have never done that had I not been wearing my specs. So I tell you this.
Beautiful choice. Beautiful choice.
And you got to remember, you got to spend a little more money. Even if you don't wear glasses, you got to just pretend you can't fucking see. Because motherfuckers who wear glasses know when they real or not. You can't just go somewhere and get them motherfucking frames, them designer frames, and then motherfucker your shit just basic. They gonna look at you like, nigga, is this to go with the outfit?
Yeah.
Nigga, cause the show ain't to see. I was that person when the glasses first came out. I was that person. Nigga called me out.
Stigmatism and shit.
You know what I'm saying? They called me out. I couldn't do it no more. However, now that I can't see, I once was blind.
Now you feel it.
Now I can see. So,
Man, let's get to this lockdown phase, though.
Wait, hold up, Ron. They would respect you more even with braids. First of all, you wearing braids, so that fucks you up.
Look, I wasn't supposed to be out the house today. My shit is super nappy. I was gonna come down here tomorrow morning with it down. So don't talk about these braids.
No. Listen, it is not the quality of the braids. It is the fact that you're wearing.
It definitely is the quality.
They're not gonna get.
It's the fact that you wearing them motherfuckers.
No.
You know what I'm saying? You come in with braids, I don't give a fuck they crispy. They're gonna be like, this motherfucker, fucking thug, come and take out a tissue. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
You know what I'm saying? He just was released.
I still kind of like that. White people love me. White people show fake love with braids.
They only love you after they find out that you're a gentle person.
They don't love you at first.
They're like, oh, Ron is a gentle.
Ron's a gentle giant. He's okay, man.
Motherfuckers get away from me.
Watch
Like,
this,
you know what? He
nigger.
ain't like them other niggas.
But see, they got to know you because they be like, I thought Ron was going to take my car. He didn't. He actually asked me how my day was. So then after that, they get to know you. However,
Yeah.
You know Ron had a podcast.
He doing something good with his
I
life.
listened to this nigga podcast. I thought he was a killer, but the nigga actually trying to make something of himself.
He turned his life around. I heard he got shot. After that, he turned his life
The
around.
nigga got out of jail and started doing this thing. Nigga, I ain't never been to jail, man. Ron, shut
Me
up.
and my
I'm trying to
wife
sell you
listen
to my
Ron.
friends.
Me and my wife
Ron-
listen to Ron every Sunday. Tell our
Ron
friends about him
did
every Sunday.
10 years after that. He joined Boys and Girls Club. He's been helping out the kids. He gives away turkeys. Just all got shit you don't do. You know what I mean? But
Shit I don't do.
But if you wear
Ron at home like these motherfucking crackers got me fucked. Nigga always talking shit at work.
But
Ron parked my car. Bitch, you asked me to help you move your shit because you didn't know how to park. Moved your
I
car.
was going to steal it, but you didn't have enough gas.
Ron didn't even steal it. He didn't even think about it. Because they act like they know. He didn't even think about it. So
Oh,
anyway,
yeah, they will fucking testify for you. Okay.
but Ron, you get some specs. You might just find 60% of the people overlooking your braids.
You know what? No. All right, what was we talking about? I mean, one of these days, because I do need them. I started to make a post about that a little while ago. I think I talked about this on the show. When you hit 40, it seems like overnight. Small print. Like, we use these schedules at work. You know, when we come in, we know we know what we're running. We know what we the things that we need to put together to make what we make. And now I can barely see that shit. I got to put that shit up next to the headlight on my forklift.
Robbie, like, what they say, 7 o'clock?
Yeah, just real small print. I could not see it. I need help seeing it. But, yeah. Back to this crisis. The lockdown phase. How are you guys feeling about that? Like, I see a lot of people say they don't think they can stay in the house. I see a lot of people just afraid that the element of the National Guard might be implemented, like all types of scenarios. The people are we're not used to it. I mean, of course we're not used to it, obviously, but it's like nobody knows what to think. We don't know. And then they said 30 days for the one that's coming for us. How y'all feeling?
This is how you know if another country came and fucked us up, we would not make it. We would die.
No, we some spoiled motherfuckers.
Listen, we would die.
I was telling a motherfucker that the other day. We are some spoiled ass people. When shit like this, like some people live their whole life like this. and much worse.
Some motherfuckers will live in a cellar for 6 months just to kill your motherfucking ass.
My auntie got hacked to pieces with a machete last night at dinner, nigga. You motherfuckers is scared to stay in the house? Like, what the fuck? Like, yeah.
We would not make it. We would die. We would.
Yeah, I definitely would go.
That's why when people be like, we not our ancestors, we damn sure ain't. We dying. What do you mean? We're going to die.
We wouldn't make it. We wouldn't make it back then. No.
Cortez got to answer that because he feels more about.
Like, I can't. I'm not going to be able to do this, man. Like, I'm knocked in the house. Like I'm not going to be able to do it, man. I don't know what I'm going to do. Y'all see me on live a lot more statuses, a lot more videos. Like, if I got to stay in the house, like, I'm one of those type of people, like, when I get the off day, like, I work a lot, too. Like, I work 2 jobs, sometimes 3. And I feel like I never get a day off. Mm-hmm. But I always feel like as long as I'm moving, I'm being productive. And when I'm not moving, then I'm not getting anything done. So I'm not making no money, and I'm not making no future out of whatever I'm trying to get to. And I think I'm gonna be at a standstill for 30 damn days, and I don't like it.
For at least 30 days, yeah.
Yeah, at least 30 days. Thank
Man,
you,
I don't even know either. Because it's just weird because my life, everybody's lifestyle, you used to live in that motherfucker. So to have a change come so abruptly, you don't know. I don't know how I'm adjust to that shit. Like, you be wanting to be in the house. You be saying you want to be in the house because you work 7, 8, maybe 12 days in a row. But when you got to be in that motherfucker for 30 days and you on day 3 and you just bored, you watched all the Netflix movies. You played the Xbox. You did this, you did that. Who knows how we going to react? I mean, man, they say you can come out for essentials. Grocery stores will still be open, things like that. I'm lucky enough to have a drive-through liquor store around the corner from my house. So hopefully they don't shut them down because there's not many of them.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because like any place that they consider non-essential, if you have to come in that motherfucker and people can gather, they're going to shut that down. So, of course, you can't go in that liquor store, so I'm proud of that. But I don't understand the grocery store thing, though, because when they go, I mean, everybody can't look. We got to face it. Not everybody can go stock up. You're going to have to take this shit a little bit of time, ration your money out. You're going to be like, okay, we might need this for other things. You might have kids.
Do you think they'll give us the money, though?
That was one of the topics, too. The money, what, the $1,000? The money that they were going to send to us? Like, is that what you're talking about? Right. Or just give us, like...
stipends or something. They had to give us, like, a stipend or something.
I don't know. Like, pre-bagged meals you could just come pick up? Man, I don't know.
That'd be crazy. Pre-bagged meals. That's what I was thinking. I mean, that don't sound right, but it sounds like that's the best way to portion shit out.
But you have to, don't you have to apply for it? You have to apply for it.
Apply online.
Yeah, you can't they're not just going to send it to your house. They're going to be like, so.
Man, the links that I saw were like joke links, though. Did y'all see that? Like, where do you actually go?
They both say, nigga, you.
Like, I didn't even read it, though. Like, somebody inboxed me one, and they was like, this is a joke. So I had a heads up on it before, because I was going to look for that motherfucker. But she was like, this one is a joke. And I saw other people posting, and then people were like, you asshole, blah, blah, blah. So I don't even know where the hell you even go. But why the fuck would you have to apply anyway? Because I said, as I heard, you had to pay taxes and stuff like that. Y'all already know we working, niggas. Send the money. Well, what the fuck am I applying for this shit for?
But isn't it for people who are not working? Isn't it for, because a lot of jobs have sent people home and they have nothing for you to do. Mm-hmm. So there are a lot of people who are like absolutely not working. They're not doing anything. They're sitting at home. Their jobs are in limbo. Like I heard that even though some of them were opening, that they were going to have to let people go. Like of course, like airlines, we're going to start letting people go. stuff, places like Walmart and everything, we're going to start letting people, because you need more people. The more people you need, you have to do something. So if you don't have if there's no need for you, they're losing money. And that's what the thing was. The thing was is that keeping you employed is having these companies lose more money than anything else, which is why the CEO of Southwest took a big chunk out of his own so he can make sure that he still keeps his employees on for as long as he can, and trying to find out what he can do to keep them there. Because if there's no need for you, every day we're losing money. And that's what I mean. And I can't 100% give you numbers, and I wish I could. And it's one of those things, it's like, well, if you stay at home, then, I guess that's something that you can do. But as far as numbers go, I can't give them direct numbers, but I know that there are so many people that are fucking losing money. And that's what makes it scary too, because it's kind of like, in the United States of America, do we owe like $1 trillion? Yes. Will we probably pay it back? No. But are there a lot of people who have hella fucking money? Yes. And these people do not want to lose their money. And automatically,
we're going to pay that shit back if they send the COVID-19 max over here after we get done with this shit. I bet you we pay them motherfuckers. Pay them niggas, man.
Crazy.
The fuck is y'all doing?
Because then it's like a recession, which basically this is what it is. It's going back into a recession. And we've been through a recession before. We just probably didn't feel it as much. But when everybody was losing their houses, and when everybody was, just out of jobs, and which is why they always say stuff about the unemployment rate. Yeah. Because we've been through a recession before. It's like every 10 or 15 years we go through a recession. But it's like this one is fucking bad. Like they're saying that as far as stocks go, like, yeah, in the next 10 years, your stocks will be fine. But if you're expecting that shit to be good now, like they're telling you, do not buy stocks now. I don't give a fuck what even in Lysol, do not buy stocks now because you're going to lose. You have to wait, like they're telling people, which is what I did. Like I did that yesterday, which was shocking, but I was like, I'm interested in this. They're like, this would be a perfect time for you to learn about stocks and learn everything, not just look at some shit and be like, oh, this is interesting. No, to learn about stocks, to learn about investments, so that way when it starts to spike up, you know where to put your money. And you know how to trade, and you know all these things. Like, and the shit is right there within our hands. It's like you literally have your phone, you have a computer. If you wanted to learn about this shit, it's free. You really could. Man,
I learned about that shit a year and a half ago. Didn't nobody listen to me? I was the crazy motherfucker. I even sent Cortez a link for that shit. Hey, man, learn your stocks.
No, I remember when you were talking about. But what they're saying is, instead of you, especially you being in the house, right? So you're not out spending money. Like you could online shop, but you're not out spending money. Yeah. So basically, the amount that you could save, you could throw 1,000 in stock, not even like 100 or 200. You could literally save money, and when the stock starts to skyrocket, the money that you save, you can split it up. And people have seen double and triple what they put in within 2 or 3 months. So they're saying basically, as far as losing money, yeah, it's fucked up. But you could also be looking at your future as far as, I'm learning something that I didn't know because I may have not had the time to learn about it, or I may have not just been interested, or I maybe didn't understand that this is the shit that happens, especially if they're saying that we won't have Social Security, or we won't have these things that we need. And even though you have a 401k, that's cute, but that may not be enough to help you. So, I mean, I guess maybe these are things that we don't want to do. They're not fun. They're not exciting. They're not this. They're not that. But it's kind of like shit times like these should make you want to be prepared. Should make you want to be like I need to do some shit that's different. Like I can't just depend on my job to give me money because this shit may not be here.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't realize that most 401ks, I can't say with a 100% certainty that all of them are tied to to the stock market, but most are.
Yeah.
So when I see people go and make posts on Facebook like, oh, they stealing our money, this ain't nothing but a heist, like, you didn't study the stock market. Motherfucker, it dipped down. Like, let's say you lost 20,000. Yeah, it seems shocking when you go in and you got 50 and you just lost 20. But if you hit that button and withdraw your shit, that's a permanent loss. One thing people don't know about the stock market, people say, oh, it's not a good time to buy now. Hold on, super smart person. it's already down. Like, you can wait for better prices if you could catch,
That's
like,
the
not
thing.
the spike. You can wait for better prices, but let's just say if you took $1,000 that they send and you buy a stock, and you're smart enough to know that this is going to be one of the stocks that rise, because not all of them going to rise.
Right,
Some of them just
right.
don't rise. All right, let's just say if you find a good stock and you know it's going to come back up, if you buy it now, you're just going to be locked in for that price.
Right.
If it goes down and you lose money, that money is coming back. You don't lose money in the stock market until you make that, like, okay, I don't want this anymore, and you dump it. That's your loss.
Yeah.
It is not dumped. You have lost nothing until you hit that button and say, I don't want this anymore.
Yeah.
So you have to
I don't
wait
care if
out
you put
sometimes.
$1 million in it and your $1 million is gone the next day. If it takes 5 years, you still in that stock. It's not like the dice game when you lose your last $2, you got to go home.
But
it's not like that.
But if I could buy a share, if you buy a share right now and you buy the share for like, let's say $12, right?
Yeah.
You just buy it, and then when the shit start rising, I try to buy the share, and I could get this share for $2,
Mm-hmm.
which is what white motherfuckers do. That's how
Yeah.
we did our motherfucking ass too. And I could buy this share for $2, so I just saved 10,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to get the same amount. Like, I'm going to literally get the same amount because also different people buy different stocks. So if I'm sitting over here and I have 10 or I have 15 and I'm splitting up this money, like if I only have a few, like, yeah, this one, I mean, it's not as much. But if I'm splitting it between different ones and I'm trading, it's kind of like, yeah, the amount that I'm buying this shit for, I want to make sure that I'm getting at a good price.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure that my shit, like, work smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
I want to make sure that I get the same shit that you get without having to spend as much.
Exactly.
Because I can take this 10 and throw this shit and split it out with something else. And when that shit rides, I just made this, I just made this, I just made that. But either way, the point is just that there's so much shit that we can learn from. We have access to. We literally have access to.
Yeah, it's an app on your phone. And one thing a lot of y'all don't know, a lot of rich people made money off the stock market falling. And people ask, how could you make money off the stock market falling? They have, since I started studying the stock market, they have added a feature where it seems like you're at the casino. You don't have to bet on a stock going up. You can bet on a stock going down. And if you think that a lot of these rich people who every day they're just looking for something, okay, how is this going to affect the stock market? Is it going to spike? Is it going to go down? Once that coronavirus hit, for us, we just scared of the virus. They might have been too, but they still saw opportunity because they have been tipped off that, okay, the stock market is about to crash. You buy those stocks and you basically bet that the stock is going to go down. And when it goes down to where you want, you got enough money for it, you take your motherfucking money out. But when it come back up, you're going to start losing. Exactly the opposite of what most people think is the only way to ride the stock market. Oh, I was in it. I didn't make no money, but that's how I learned.
Like,
That's literally how I learned. You got to pay to play. Yeah.
But even for your 401k, so most people have 401k. It's not like you're paying for it just automatically out of your pocket. You got it from your job, which is cool. And some people, like, I've had one since I started working, like since I was 18. Mm-hmm. Of course, I didn't put as much into it. And when you switch a job, they don't necessarily have to give you their money. Mm-hmm. Some jobs actually will. Some jobs will be like, no, I'm taking my shit back.
Yeah, them bullshit jobs won't. Once you fully vested, you can take your shit where you want. You can transfer it anywhere.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as far as transferring their money that they match. Because what people are saying is that all of a sudden, this, like, I don't know if it was this week or last week, like at first their 401k was like you said, let's just say an example. Their 401k was like at 20,000, right? Mm-hmm. Like I invested 20,000 in my 401k. Mm-hmm. And then they looked back and then it was like at 10.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my God, my 401k. It's just like it dropped. Motherfucker, that's the money they match. That's not your money. Mm-hmm. That's the money that they literally match for you.
Mm-hmm. But that's why you have to study your 401k, because there's some jobs, like at my job, you had to be there. Well, this was before we got bought. I think it was 3 years. Because every 401k has a time when you're fully vested. What fully vested means is that money you match, that's my shit. You know what I mean? They can never take that back after you're fully vested. They give you a little time, like a little trial period. Okay, you got to be with us for a while. But you could, shit, there's no taking the match money back after you're fully vested. But all right, we ain't gonna go all the way to the stock market, like, because I can talk about this shit for a minute. I'm broke. But I'm telling you, I learned that motherfucker. As soon as I get a little cash, I'm going to have to put it in there. If we survive this shit. if we survive this shit.
We shall.
I really hope so. What were you pondering over there? Like, I don't know if we gonna make it.
I feel like a person who just abused their spouse and like, no comment. I ain't talking about this shit here. No, I mean, I hope we do.
Man.
No, I'm serious. I mean, I'm seriously. I'm like, I hope we do. Like, the shit is still out here. The shit is still. No one is exempt. At the end of the day, no one is exempt. Like, shit happens. You wish for the best. You pray for the best. You hope for the best.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of people who died who were sick, and they hope for the best too. And that shit end up happening. So, and again, no one is exempt. So I hope that we do. I pray that we do. Fingers crossed, vibes up. Like, anything positive that you could think, I'd like, throw it up in the air. But I just say, let's just be mindful, man. Like, stop just saying like it was like 6,000 people that died or just this shit. Cause like, you wouldn't feel that same fucking way if it was your people and it was like the shoe was on your foot. Like, these people are literally seeing their parents get sick, going to the hospital and never come the fuck out, or their kids or anybody else, because now their younger people are dying. At first they were like people over 55, and now they're like shit. It's hella people at different rates. I don't think that they've had children yet. I haven't seen that. I don't know if they have. I can't say they have or they haven't, but I haven't seen or heard about children yet. But I'm just like, people are really fucking dying. Like, we look at a number and be like, it's not that bad. But the fucking number counts. The number counts. Like, when we talk about black people going to jail and the numbers, like, white people go to jail too. White people go to jail too. But our numbers, they count. Numbers fucking count, people.
And one of the things I got to say, though, too, I'll tell you what. I don't know how y'all feel about this, but, like, I've noticed over the past 2 weeks, like, mentally, this shit is fucking, like, overwhelming. Like, all right, I got to a point to where I was doing, like, funny videos almost every night. I could always come up with something. Like, just to go down and clown, get on Facebook Live, have fun with people. But it was, like, the last 2 weeks, like, even on my like page, like, the only shit you seeing is Corona. Yeah. Corona. I go down, like, I'll be sitting there. I'm one of them people, like, I was, like, really obsessed over it. I'm sitting up there, and Tasha be like, what's wrong? I'm like, trying to think of a funny video. It was never that hard. Someone would come to you while you at work and be like, oh, yeah, I'm going to do something like this. The only thing I'm fucking thinking about is this fucking virus. It's like nothing. Like, I even researched topics today. You could not find anything besides the fucking virus. It's like, this shit is going to stress you out. It's going to kill you before the virus does.
And you want to know why? Because, one, okay, so we're used to shit happening and then like a week later it'd be something new, right? Mm-hmm. We're used to that. We're used to the fast change. Like, oh, this week this was this, but this week it's this. You know what I mean? Like, that shit ain't happening. It's like...
And the Rona, like, I'm still here, nigga.
It's like, this week's the Rona. Oh, you ain't with no... Okay, so this week is this shit. And then, like, a month later, like, you still here? Okay.
You still here. Like, this is the longest something has just been on my mind. And the crazy thing about it, I know y'all seen the articles. I don't really get newspapers anymore like I used to, but... When Kobe Bryant died, the fucking article was right next to it. Coronavirus. We got to find a cure for this shit. But the world was shaken by that. Nobody was thinking about this.
Right.
And it seems like even the government, which you should not be swayed by newspapers, nigga, the headlines should come across y'all desk. The fucking breaking things should come across y'all desk before we ever get to hear about it.
They're not going to. Okay, so this is what I believe. Some stuff I believe. Like both. Like, some stuff I'd be like, the government's not going to fucking tell us. You know what I mean? There's a lot of shit they're not going to fucking tell us. One, they don't want panic. Two, like, for them, it's an underlining reason why they got this shit going on. The government has never been someone that you'd be like, I 100% put my trust in you. That doesn't mean that the shit they're talking about Corona isn't real. It just means the reasoning on why it happened or what happened could be the difference, right? Yeah. So then you have that. And then you have... Sometimes motherfuckers put shit out. It's just what you choose to look at and what you choose to view. We be on these TikTok videos and, oh my God, this shit is funny. And you could put something.
I ain't fucking with TikTok. I said that a while ago. Fuck TikTok.
Well, you out of, again, here go them numbers. You out of 1,000 people fuck with, you know what I mean? Like, some people don't, some people do. But what I'm saying is the funny shit. Like, let's give you funny shit. And sometimes we do it ourselves. Let's give you so much funny shit that this shit that's going over right here, it's like literally in plain view. But we won't look for that shit because it looks like something, I'm looking at that. This shit's funny, though. There's been plenty of times when some of that shit been our fault. We have been duped. You have shit right in front of your face, but I don't want to deal with this, so I'm going to look at this. And then when it blows up, then you like, why you didn't tell us? No, motherfucker. It was right there. It's like literally what you choose to look at, what you choose to view. And we call these people crazy. Like some people try to tell us certain shit. They be like, this shit happened and this shit happened, and I just read this shit and this shit happened. And we be like, that shit ain't going to happen.
Yeah, but the crazy part, and one of the things, like you hear so many conspiracy theories, but with this one, in every situation, I can almost just see one conspiracy theory and be like, okay, I can see how that could happen.
It just takes you
when
one
Kobe
man to another.
Bryant died and masked the coronavirus from the general population, because this wasn't just a motherfucker that was known in Cali or just known in the United States, period. Worldwide, everybody's in mourning for a sports figure, a sports hero. And this shit is slowly creeping up on us, though. It's like, then when you hear somebody say, well, that's why that happened, you can't predict. I mean, you can't say with any certainty, with any amount of certainty, that that's how it happened. But it's like, damn, I didn't think about it like that.
I would if the pilot was Iranian. Cause literally
There's stipulations to yours.
Hell yeah, because literally them motherfuckers be like, today, okay. Like, come on, nigga.
No problem. I ain't got nothing to do.
Right.
I already read my errands. Shit, that's cool. Like, yeah.
My daughter's birthday tomorrow, but nigga, fuck it. Let's shake shit out.
I already told her she know. So, you know what I mean? She know what daddy got to do. But anybody else, I'm kind of like, shit, my ass to be like, I don't know what the motherfuckers gonna do, but you got to come up with another plan, nigga, because it ain't gonna be me.
Kobe, hold on, nigga. We going somewhere else. These niggas, I'll tell you about it when we get there, goddammit. These niggas on some bullshit.
Like, niggas, hey, for real. The motherfucking wheel ain't even like this. You like, because you can't like turn that bitch.
She's
for real.
whipping the wheel for real.
Because these motherfuckers, like, seriously.
But seriously, though, that was a big thing that happened, though, and turned everybody's mind up. I don't even remember what was happening before that. Because obviously we know something was going on at that time, whether it might not have been this big. Of course it wasn't, but when that happened, it was like nobody thought about anything but Kobe Bryant's death. It was like it was so huge. That's all social media was showing. Kobe, Gigi, that was it for like a whole week, almost a month.
Yeah.
And then as soon as that phase hit, bam, coronavirus.
But you know what? As it should, like, you know what I mean? Because for something like that to happen, it's like, damn, and then your kid, like, it would. But this lady, this African lady from Kenya, I was having a conversation with her, and she was talking about that. Not that specifically, but she was talking about that. So basically, it's kind of like, as Americans, especially for us, we need to learn how to multitask.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's kind of like, we have one vision, and not just on Kobe shit. Like, literally, we literally have one vision.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're looking over here and things are happening right here, it's kind of like, no, a tunnel vision. I see what's in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you need to see all around you. You need to see what's going on. Like, can you have more than one feeling? Fuck yeah. We're humans.
Yeah.
We can't have more than one feeling. But we need to learn how to do that and how to use that.
Mm-hmm.
Because plenty of times it's like, okay, it's like pronouncing a crazy name, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you look at a name and the name is long and it's crazy and you just kind of look like, I ain't pronouncing this shit.
Mm-hmm.
But why? You know what I mean? Like, but why? But why are our brains so trained to, like, look at something and say, that's too much work? That is too much work for me to fucking do. I'm not doing that shit. Instead of us looking like we're fucking intelligent human beings.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't we just be like, I think this is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And even if a person tells us, we try to shorten it up. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, instead of saying, no, that's not my name is this. Like, we could do that.
Mm-hmm.
Other places do that. Americans, we do not do that shit. It's like, it's too much work, I quit. And whether, I mean, it comes together. Whether you think so or not, it comes together.
Yeah.
Like, we need to learn how to do more than one thing. It's kind of like people freaking out about being in the fucking house. I'm not trying to say you're not going to be bored, but damn it, I'm excited. Like, seriously, I'm excited. If I didn't have to deal with the issue in my family,
mm-hmm.
I would be delighted. I would be delighted to fucking stay in the house and get shit done. Things
mm-hmm.
that I don't have time to do. as far as like planning my future and things that I need to tighten up on, or things I want to find out about, and I want to take the time out to look and see that shit. Because I literally would work and come home about 10 or 11, go pick up my son, go home, go to sleep by midnight or 1, and get the fuck back up at 5 to leave at 6. And I'm doing this every day. And it's like, I looked in my house and was like, I don't really even have to go to the grocery store. Like, I have shit in my house. I didn't know this was here. I think I found a fucking door I didn't know was there. Point blank period. What I'm trying to say is, enjoy.
The fuck is in here?
Yeah. Did they build this just now? Like, no, it was there all the time. But it's just like, do something else with your time. It is important for us to and it's going to go on one ear and out the other, but it's important for us to find other things to do with our time, except for like, because we so used to doing the normal.
Yeah.
I want to go out. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to do this. Well, how the fuck? What happens if in 30 days, people who are working from home and shit like that, or people who get this package? I understand you have bills to pay your bills. For some people, for some of y'all who are like super behind, you may not have none left. But for people who are like, no, you know, I took care of March, so I'm good. But when I get this, if you really don't have nowhere to go, put that motherfucking money up.
Exactly.
Put them, and I'm not trying to try to 100% tell you what to do, but I'm just saying of some different shit on what we can do. Some of this stuff, some of the stuff that happens can put black people in a great position. But we got to do it. We got to be willing to do it. And some shit we just not. We just like, oh, I can't go nowhere. I can't do this. I can't do that.
Yeah.
You know, so people going to do whatever the fuck they want to do. But I'm just saying, you could take the time out to do shit in your house. And it is essentials, but it's not like shit you can't walk around your block. It ain't like you can't like find something new that you didn't know. So when if this shit is over and when it's over, you could visit this place, or you could do this, or you could do this.
Exactly.
Like, explore, get the fuck out of there. Social distancing is cool. If I'm walking, I'm not walking next to you. You got your space, I got mine. Just do some different shit. That's all I'm saying. It's just go out and do some different shit that doesn't involve going into a place and buying shit. Like,
man, people need to look at it like this. And I know a lot of people won't, but a lot of people are going to come out of this shit ahead. Only if you sit and think about this, okay, a lot of our normals aren't normal. You know what I mean? Like, if you have the type of job, career, whatever you have, and you don't have much time for yourself, you don't have a lot of time to think, a lot of time to research, a lot of time to just sit and reflect on your past and what you want to do, you can get so caught up in the now,
right,
that you never get a chance to get that.
Right.
So for now, with and I'm assuming it's gonna be the whole fucking country, I'm assuming for at least 30 days you will have enough time to just sit. And a lot of people have to work from home. Most of us have jobs where you can't work from home. So I'm gonna be in there. I'm not gonna have any work. And what I'm going to do is I'm really going to try to figure out, because I was already in this phase anyway before any of this stuff happened. Working 9 to 5, way longer for me. It's just not the life I want to live.
Yeah.
Time does not stop. You will look up and you're 60, you're 70 years old, and you didn't get a chance to do what you really wanted to do because you didn't have time to slow down and figure out what it really was that you wanted to get involved in. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get on Tasha's nerves. She's probably going to get on mine. She's been cleaning all fucking day. I'm glad we came down here to do the podcast. But certain things, just you have to look at the silver line and everything. And this is a situation that's kind of tough to find the line, and you might have to search for a minute. But you just got to think about what you want to do after this. A lot of people are upset with their jobs, not shutting down. It's not something that's essentially needed. Like, people don't need greeting cards, and Hallmark is still working, and motherfucker, look, we're in a crisis. I just don't understand it. A lot of people complain about their jobs, but they won't take their life in their own hands and say, okay, I'm going to build my own thing. Maybe this is the chance to do it. You know what I mean? Maybe this is the chance for you to become your own boss, figure out what you want to do, and come back and be like, hey, you don't care about me. And, dude, I swear to God, that's what I'm going to do. I hope none of my supervisors, my plant manager, listen to this podcast, but I really don't like being under the hand and the control of somebody else. And that really got to me now because it's like, okay, a lot of the people, like people in the front offices, they were at home. Plant managers were making orders from at home. Supervisors were locked in the office. And you, even though social distancing was the thing, you're out there risking your life for somebody else. And I've never felt that feeling, but it was like, this ain't for me. I don't want nobody to tell me to come to work and risk your life, no hazard pay, even though that really doesn't even make it even better. But it's like,
I'd be like, see how much?
yeah, it would have to be double or triple.
I'm like, all right, guys.
Like yesterday was my 7th day at work.
Yeah.
And I got paid double time, but I tried to call in. I called HR, and it was like, well, you got to call your local HR representative. Try to call them, and nobody answers the phone when I'm sitting there thinking like, y'all were prepared for this.
Yeah.
We not going to be able to get in touch with y'all right now because they know, look, we not shutting down. We running. So to alleviate my stress, I'm just not going to let you get in touch with me.
Yeah, because then they know more than likely you'll make the choice to go in because you don't want to get a no call, no show.
And that's what I did.
Or because
ain't that fucked up?
Yeah, because that's the mental. The mental is we need you to come in. If I talk to you, you can give me an excuse.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't talk to you, it's like, or even if you leave a message, like, well, no one got it.
Exactly.
We didn't get it, which is why they're trying to change that too. As far as if people don't feel comfortable, they can't lose their jobs based off. They may be laid off for a minute, but they can't lose their jobs based off them not feeling comfortable working, especially when the mayors or in the president. I mean, y'all president is basically saying, like, don't come in, like, don't. And even he was joking about the shit at first, and then after that it was like, whoa.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think it's. Now, don't get me wrong. Do I think it's crazy, the excessive buying? Reason why?
Oh, my God. Yeah, we got to talk about that.
The reason why I think that's crazy is because I'm like, come on, man. There are elderly people, which are the people that it is affecting the most. There are elderly people who cannot rush out and get to the store as fast as you do. Mm-hmm. And then half of you motherfuckers already got the shit at home. So it's not technically like you need 7 things of detergent or you need 8 things of tissue, or you need, it's not like you really need this shit, but it's like, I want to make sure that I'm okay. But it's other people who need stuff too. It's like other people who can't get out in the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks when you can. I don't know. I wasn't feeling that. I went to the store and I bought I bought 2 of everything, and people were looking at me, and then they, you know how they stop you because now it's like you can only buy so much stuff. And I'm like, look, I only got 2. You don't see 7 or 8 things in my basket. If my mom can't come out, she can't come out. So someone's going to shop for her, and it's going to be me. Now, if I had like 8 things of the same thing in my basket, I could see you stopping me. However, that is not what's happening, because there are people who are staying at home and they have other people buying them stuff. I've read different stories about their neighbors checking on their elderly neighbors and them going to the store for them because they don't want them to get out or go anywhere. Or people who know that they have neighbors that are sick or family members that are sick that are like, I'll go to the store for you because I really don't want you going out. Mm-hmm. Like from what I've been hearing, regardless on if it's 2, 3, 4, 5 people, from what we've been hearing and seeing about people who are getting sick, that shit sounds horrible. That shit sounds painful. That shit sounds like, and then you get the comfort of a doctor telling you when we are sick, like, you know what, you're sick and it's going to hurt, but we're going to help you. Mm-hmm. And we've been thinking and we've been going back and forth and we think this is going to help. Now try feeling like shit. Try feeling the worst you've ever felt in your life, or worse than anything else. And a doctor tell you, we hope that we're praying for you. We're trying to figure it out. But the best thing you can do right now is pray. Mm-hmm. Because we have like absolutely nothing else. So I'm just saying there's like a difference. There's like, just don't think about yourself. Think about other people too. Whether you believe it or not, whether you feel like this is some bullshit, it is what it is. However, think about something. Think about other people. And like, that's it. Like, just. Yeah. You got to stay in anyway. Shit's closed.
Exactly.
Prom got actual movies on that shit that you can buy.
Mm-hmm.
Motherfucker watched Onward yesterday with my son. You know what I'm saying? It's a great movie. All I'm saying is, you got to stay in the house anyway. Do something productive. Find something else to do. And if you are not the productive person and you don't know what to do, I don't know, get drunk.
Your ass might be in trouble. You might be in trouble if you can't find something else to do. But what I will say is, and I just made a post about this, like she was saying, dude, I see a lot of people, and it's crazy that even in times like this, we are so quick to want to show out, okay, look at all the food we got. We're going to be straight over here. My family going to eat regardless. But it's like, okay, did you check on your auntie? Did you check on any older person to see if they needed anything? Right now is not the time to try to floss, because flossing with toilet paper and chicken wings and shit like that, that's not really the business. Like that, it's crazy how in times like this, everything changes and all of a sudden now this is the new floss. Like, we don't need no floss right now.
What was that? They got toilet paper. Look at all this toilet paper I got. Like, holding the phone up to the shit. Like,
Yeah.
like this what we got. We got dishwasher. Are you going to eat that shit? I mean, I don't
Bro.
understand. It is not. They're still telling you that you can go to the store.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, before they were shutting stuff down at 8:30,
Mm-hmm.
I got off work. It was like probably like 9:40 something. It was going on 10.
Mm-hmm.
And I went in Walmart. Of course, I had my Clorox with me.
Yeah.
But I went in Walmart and I looked around and I was like, "Just look at that. It's like 7 people in the store."
Yeah.
And I enjoyed my shopping.
Wonderful shopping experience.
I took my time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The basket was a little squiggly. I went back to the front and got it the other way.
Plenty of carts. You gotta worry about nothing.
I took my time and made the selection. Drove around a couple of hours just to make sure it was one I was comfortable with.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Just enjoy my time.
Check the alignment on
You
it.
know
Oh,
what I'm saying? It was iffy. It was iffy, but it kicked into gear. And I'm just like, this is. I'm enjoying, my time here.
Yeah.
So you can make fun out of just anything, but the thing is that whether we feel like this shit is stupid or not, whether we feel like it's dumb or not, think about other people. Think about other people who you don't know if they're sick, if you don't know if they are compromised, if their lungs are bad, if they are. Just think about other people.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, it's not going to hurt to socially distance yourself from a motherfucker. It's not going to,
Yeah.
None of this shit is costing you anything. Like, you can't, except for losing your job, but then that's another story. But however, like, none of this is for the safety precautions. None of this is costing you anything. None of this is, telling you to wash your motherfucking hands.
Mm-hmm.
I understand how nerve-wracking it is, because let's just be honest, even though people like me who have always washed their hands and always carried around sanitizer,
Yeah.
I've never done this shit so much in my life. I put lotion on my hands, my shit still be ashy, and I be like, God dang.
I was just about to say that.
So
I had the weirdest experience. I got to say this before I forget it. I had the weirdest experience at work. This is when I first walked in that motherfucker, and I was like, okay, everybody's on the hand sanitizer, the Clorox wipes and stuff. And I walked in, and every station was set up with that.
mm-hmm.
And I drive a forklift, so it's like, okay, the last person touched this, the next person gonna touch this. But it was crazy how now it's like I've never been an obsessive hand sanitizer guy. When I'm leaving the bathroom, yes. When I'm done eating lunch or something like that, I'll do it, yeah.
regular stuff, yeah.
But now it's like, okay, now you super paranoid. So I come in, I wipe the forklift down, everything you think a person might touch. So you think about that first. You wipe all that stuff down. And then we use radios at work, so the radio's on top of the forklift. I didn't forgot about that. So now I'm driving, everything's good and wiped, and somebody called, Ron, you got a copy. So now I grab the radio, like, oh, shit, I didn't touch this. So now I put the radio back up there, and then I wipe my hands again. But then I wiped the radio. Now I didn't touch something else on the side of the forklift when I'm grabbing the radio. It was like, dude, I was just going so... Like, it was just so much to process at one time. I'm wiping, I'm doing this, I'm doing it. Oh, shit, did you touch your face after you touched the radio? It's like, damn, well, you got it. Man, dude, it's like, it's a lot, but you got to do it. And as far as, like, y'all, man, the elderly people in y'all life, y'all know, like, just reach out. The flossing and shit, that's cool. If you want to do that, I done did some flossing back in the day. I can't do it no more. But
But you
just
ain't,
check on
you
somebody.
Ain't been like Cheetos. Like I like 10 bags, Cheetos.
Toilet paper, hand sanitizer, baby wipes.
You got the always say we got Charmin. Like what the fuck?
It's like, yeah, it's like, okay, all of that's cool, but we don't even know we gonna get through this. It's like right now is the time to just do something more than you've been doing. And it could just be one person. If everybody reach out and help one person who might need a little bit of help, you can feel good about that. And then you can do all the flossing you want. Because you know what? I did something good. Now I can do something petty. We can be petty. Ain't nobody say you can be petty. A lot of people.
Nobody.
Every once in a while you gotta be. Ain't nothing wrong with it. It just release a little pettiness because the shit can build up and you might, you know what I mean, you might get diarrhea or something. But I'm just saying, do something for somebody else because right now in this time, like older people are scared just like us. You know what I mean? Older people are scared just like us and they might not be able to get to the store. You might not reach out to your aunt and uncles and stuff like that and not talk to them on a regular basis. But right now is the time to talk to them. Call them and see if they need a couple of them rolls of toilet paper if it's just them. Let's just look out for each other on this. I saw a meme that was crazy. It was like, the only thing we need to do is take care of each other and stay at home and we can like save the civilization. It was like, okay, that's a little deep, but just taking the...
But that's true.
You can still look at it and just grab the truth. You don't have to get slammed by that. I know that's heavy, but it's like little things you can take out of it.
No,
you know what I mean?
Feel that shit. You know what? Feel that shit. It's kind of like, you know, it's kind of like anything else, like shame. You know what I mean? When they say, what happened to this world? Nobody has any shame. People were decent people when they were shamed. Now it's like, no, don't tell them that. Don't say that to them. Sometimes you do need that shit that make you feel like, am I wrong? You know what I mean? Like sometimes you need that shit. I mean, but that's real life. If I don't need it, why should I go out to get it? If I don't need to, if there's no real need for me to do this, don't fucking do it. Like if they're, like I said, social distancing, that's cool. You can walk outside. You could go outside and just walk around. You could just enjoy yourself. Even if you live with a partner or you live with your kids or some shit like that. I mean, I don't know about your kids, they touch shit. But you can still do stuff. Like there's still stuff that you can do that doesn't involve going into the store or going somewhere. Like if that's the case, if you want to carry some Clorox shit and you want to go to, or a towel, some shit, and you want to go to the park and sit on that motherfucker or some shit like that, like you can still do stuff. It's just saying as far as being around hella people, if you really don't need to do it, why go do it? If you really don't need to be there, don't do that. So so that part, yes. And one more thing, because I don't know how long we're lasting, but one more thing. The gloves, y'all. The gloves, the mask, the this shit, the this. And I get that. Like they tell you if you're already sick, you definitely need to wear a mask. You definitely need to wear gloves. But what y'all have to remember about gloves are, if you only got one pair when you go out, you doing that shit wrong. If you left the house with only one pair, you doing it wrong.
You might as well just left with no gloves because now those are your second pair of hands and you done fucked them off. Now you got to go to your regular hands.
Listen, I looked at this lady and I was like, you smart. Like, you know what I mean? I just know you smart. And then I said, okay, because people feel super comfortable. And my mom said, they're like, Binka, make sure you put on some gloves. And I'm like, but listen to this, though. Listen to this. Listen to just, if I go, right? Because they said certain things, the bacteria only lasts for a certain amount of time. And even though there's a difference, I'm going to take the highest.
Yeah.
I'm cool with taking the highest. And
like, you be safer that way.
Even if the shit's gone in 11 minutes, I ain't touching it to 20. You know what I mean? Whoa, you trying to get me. Let's say you in the store. You got these motherfucking gloves on. You got the good pack too. Motherfuckers thick. So you in the store, yap, picking, you know what I'm saying? The yap is me picking up different stuff. I gotta set the scene. So you in the store, yap, chicken, yap. Oh, there's no more of that left. That's light. I don't want it.
Yeah.
Yap, Cheetos. You know what I mean? You get everything that you need. Yap. They had some angel sauce. So you getting that shit too. You got 2 rows. But so you picked up all this stuff, right? With these gloves. Great. You done checked out everything with the gloves. You done went home. You done put your shit up. Put your shit up, right? So I'm taking off these gloves. Kobe. Kobe. You know what I'm saying? It made it. Because I said Kobe. And then, motherfucker, I'm hungry. Let me grab these motherfucking Cheetos.
Yeah.
With my hands.
Exactly.
Because I don't need to wash my hands or sanitize my hands because I wore gloves.
Mm-hmm.
But you grabbing the same shit that you picked up with gloves for that reason. Just wash your hands, man. Just wash. I don't know how to. Because I don't know. Just use some hand sanitizer. Wash your hands. Just things that you normally did not do all the time. Because when people say, I wash my hands all the time, bitch, shut up. You didn't wash your hands when you was just sitting there thinking like about anything. You left the restaurant and you washed your hands, and then after that you just thought you didn't do it no more. But you wasn't washing your hands like 85 times a fucking day. We are washing our hands like 85 times a motherfucking day.
Dude, I was just about to say that. When the shit first started happening, it was like, okay, wash your hands. When they really pushed it, like, look, y'all need clean hands out here. It was like, okay, I wash my hands. I've been doing it all the time. It's like, okay, when you run up on your homegirl, your homeboy, and you shook his hand, you ain't gonna wash your hands after that. And you know black people got some real handshakes. Fingers, like we all in between they motherfucking fingers and shit. You know what I mean? Everything. It's like we have not been washing our hands like we are doing now. Yeah. So it's like, just look, man, just do it.
Listen,
we don't have to act like we've been doing it like that thoroughly all the time. Like, come on, man.
Even light-skinned people's hands look like powdered donuts. I said shit. The lotion they ever use isn't it? Like, we are not. I get that. I've seen some people that's just like, shit, you know they ain't washing their motherfucking hands. But it's just like, we are all going to the extent of, like, we are exceeding our normal, I wash my hands. Like, this is, did I use sanitizer? Did I wash my hands? What did I touch? I touched my car door.
Exactly.
Let me spray some Lysol on my car. I know me, I have. I went down to my mom's like, got her, set her straight. But I'm just like, we are doing things that we have never done before. And even though it sounds stupid, even though it sounds dumb, at one point in time, motherfuckers thought wearing condoms was dumb.
Yeah, I was one of them.
And Rod said, I'm going in route.
Wearing no goddamn condoms, what the hell wrong with y'all? And then it took, you know what? Damn, you just brought up something. Another thing, it took a celebrity endorsement. I'm going to start calling them endorsements. You know what I mean? Because all these celebrities endorsing the coronavirus, Magic endorsed AIDS, and then everybody got serious. So,
They said, Magic. The one who married the cookie?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Like,
shit, if that nigga can get it, everybody can get it. Man, the only thing is, like I said, man, none of us are really sure what's going on. I know some of y'all got a cousin that work at the Pentagon, and y'all were passing all this information now. But look, for the average civilian, we don't know what's going on.
I got ADP Pro, and I just got the files. I got the footage, everything. You want to see it?
People was inboxing me this damn. It wasn't a video where it was like video format, but it was just a voice, and it said, "Oh, well, my cousin worked at the Pentagon." This was like, look, if your cousin worked at the Pentagon, he already know that he cannot talk to his ghetto ass cousin Tanisha and tell her no motherfucking shit where she can spread out to the public. So just look, stop listening to everything. Just be safe, whether you believe or whether you don't. Just don't be the reason somebody else get the shit because you didn't believe. Let's just be safe. Let's just do what we need to do during these lockdowns, and maybe we'll survive. Like,
find something new about yourself. Something new about yourself. Or about your kids. We know our kids and our nieces and our nephews and stuff like that. But do we really know them? I mean, talk to them and have a real conversation, not just how is school. Like, get to know people. To know people. You'll find out new stuff about people all the time. Like, do something with your time. Invest. Or even if you don't want to invest, if you got a new game and you want to download it, you want to do this, like, just enjoy the fruits of your fucking labor or the government's labor. I don't care who paying for the shit.
Whoever labor, just enjoy it.
You sugar daddy. I don't care who paying for the shit. All I'm saying is enjoy yourself. Enjoy your time. Tell your kids they can get an extra cookie.
Exactly.
Because you took like 5 bags. Tell them motherfuckers they can get an extra cookie. Like anything, just enjoy yourself. Be safe. Don't do unnecessary shit just because you want to be different, just because you want to stand out and you want to look at me outside. Like, we see you.
Exactly.
We see you. Just be safe. Think about other people. That's it. End of the day. Think about other people.
Yeah, that was a good wrap up. I'm gonna just say this because this was a serious show because we in some serious times. Hope y'all had a few laughs. Hope y'all take something and take it seriously because this is a serious point in time. I've never seen it. Hopefully, once we get through it, we don't see it again. But right now, we got to do the right thing. Unless, y'all know what the alternative is. I don't want that. We'll talk to y'all later.
Later.